Hey, what's good? For those of you that don't know, Thor is actually one of my favorite superheroes. Under both Spider-Man's, Wolverine, Blade, Batman, Flash. Okay, trust me, he's in my top 10. Specifically for Marvel, he's in my top 5. As a kid, I was always fascinated by how his story was told throughout different mediums. One of my favorite iterations of him was in Earth's Mightiest Heroes, as I always remember tuning into the Thor episodes and enjoying them a lot. Especially that one episode where he smashed Galactus. I liked him so much that I got gifted this Thor diecast Pop Funko and bought his Fortnite skin. Also, I vaguely remember dressing up like him as a kid for Halloween. If I can find the photo, I'll put it on the screen right now. And if you look at the channel, you could tell that I also love bad movies. So today, I thought it would be cool to check out this low budget film I found on Tubi called Thor End of Days. Now, quick disclaimer before we start the video, this is not going to be a worst of the worst. I know. Thank you for the applause, everyone. Finally, something different on the channel. But on a real note, these low budget films are obviously not going to be the best. So it's so easy to trash on them. For that sake only, I thought it would only be best for not to put these type of films on the list. Axum was an exception. That studio literally thought they had the next Michael Myers on their hands by the way they try to market it. Unless a film is really that bad, I'm just not going to put it on the list. But with that out the way, be sure to grab a stack. Trust me, you're gonna want to for this one. Now, let's dive into Thor End of Days. The film opens up in Asgard and we witness these two Asgardians failing to catch someone. Which, spoiler alert, it's Loki. I mean, who else would be trying to escape Asgard? And if you didn't know that, go study some MCU lore. Trust me, you're gonna need it in life. After, Thor pulls up as he now has to find Loki. This then transitions to a title card that reads, God of Thunder? Yeah, so if you're confused about this, I was too. Which is why I decided to research into the distribution company behind this film. The folks behind this beautiful creation are Invincible Entertainment, and they're known for licensing about literally anything. They have distributed festival award-winning films like Operation Luchador, which won the Best International Feature Award in 2021 during the Ferretum Film Festival. My bad if I butchered that. To such movies like Chupacabra Territory, which has a 10% on Rotten Tomatoes and sits at a 3.5 out of 10 on IMDb. However, with End of Days, it seems like they did something a little bit shady. According to this review I found on IMDb, this company is known for purchasing the license of old films and repackaging them as new movies. So yeah, this film didn't actually release in 2020 like the release date suggested did. Instead, it was released 5 whole years before that. But what's crazier than that is that they're practically the same movie. They pretty much have the same promotional material, they have the same story, and obviously they didn't re-edit it or add any new scenes to the film. Which to me is like pretty fucked up. Like imagine for Spider-Verse 3, they took Spider-Verse 1 and just remarketed it and re-released it as a brand new film. Obviously, to me, this seems pretty unethical and is potentially false advertising. But hey, I'm not a lawyer. Why do you think I know the answer to that? I just personally thought this was too insane for me not to point out. Anyways, let's continue with the film. We see this lady running away from what looks like Xemnas from Kingdom Hearts. She eventually runs into a corner, which causes her to pull out a gun. I don't know why she couldn't take it out to begin with, but what truly makes this scene remarkable is that she only has one bullet with her. If that's the case, why wasn't it preloaded? Also, who walks around with a pistol with no magazine? All I'm saying is that if you're gonna go out of your way to buy a gun, I'm gonna assume you're gonna buy ammo in order to use it. Regardless, the lady then drops her bullet and struggles to pick it back up. The dude then takes his sweet time to attack her. You know what? This is what this scene felt like. I'm already losing brain cells, bro. I swear, the wind from the happening would have done more than this dude. Anyways, this is where it's revealed that he is Loki. Yeah, this guy is this guy. How did Fan Forstick make a more accurate suit than this? Now I know they couldn't make an accurate suit due to copyright, but they could have at least based something off from the Norse mythology version. Anywho, he does his mind control magic. He then takes control of the security guard. Following this, these two cops pull up.
You didn't hear anything, did you? You sure you two are all right?
Thank you for your concern, officer.
But everything is fine.
Why was that even a question? No shit, they're not alright. Those two even responded in the weirdest way possible, and they didn't even act upon it. At this point, I wouldn't even be surprised if they straight up told the truth and the cops decided to just go home. I heard screaming around this area. Are you alright? Yeah, I'm fine. I murdered old Billy over there and explored the building that's behind us. I even robbed the bank this morning. I'm alright. Oh, okay then. Have a nice day. Wait a minute. Ah! Alright, let's continue. Thor bolts down towards Earth, causing this couple to look for him. They find him and decide to take him back to their house since he looks injured. While this happens, Loki's mind-controlled minions begin looking for Thor. The woman from the couple then calls 911. I tell you their names, but they literally never say it. Either way, Mr. Clean walks in and starts walking towards her. She grabs a knife but does absolutely nothing with it. I'm beginning to think that the people in this movie don't know how to use weapons because they treat them like it's force fields or something. Despite this, she gets bodied by the minion. Her boyfriend tries to help, but he also gets flung across the room. The minion then stomps him like a Goomba, putting an end to him. He then grabs the knife and uninstalls the woman. By this point, you probably begin to notice how dark and edgy this film is. You could tell the director was heavily inspired by Zack Snyder because Thor tries to aura form as much as Henry Cavill's Superman. And let me tell you, he just doesn't. Instead, he is quite boring, murders innocent people, and is confused 24/7. He acts more like a bot than an actual hero. And trust me guys, bot Thor isn't something we need.
Why thy name of Valhalla? I am here, fellow citizen.
Gang, shouldn't you be saving someone from getting robbed?
By thy name, what is it you say, getting robbed?
Just get out my room. You see what I mean? Back to the movie. Voldemort then pulls up on Thor and the two enter the most stiff fight scene of all time. Thor almost gets stabbed and this happens. You could have just done that. So Thor starts stumbling on the streets trying to regain his memory. We get a quick flashback of Odin sending Thor to Earth, which just confuses me since up to this point we still don't know why Loki and Thor are beefing. This would have been the best time to explain it, but hey, what do I know? I'm just a silly old YouTuber. Ah, my head.
Shut up, mortal.
Okay, I'm good now, y'all. Let's continue. So after, these cops find Thor walking like he just came out of a Margaritaville. They tell him to go home safely, even though they think he's drunk. Unfortunately, he would just take up too much room in the car, so they can't take him home, obviously. They then notice the bloodstain on his shirt and turn into level 100 guards. The corpse... The corpse? The fuck did I just say? The cops start to overwhelm Thor, and this happens. Bro, what? These gotta be the worst cops of all time. This dude literally had a clear shot on Thor before he got away. And before y'all say they didn't want to kill him, they could've just used a taser. So yeah, Thor starts running away, but they eventually catch up to him. While they're driving to the station, Loki sends his goons after him. Somehow, he manages to break the window, take the officer's gun, and shoot both of them. Now, with this perfect opportunity to capture or kill Thor, do you think he did so? I'm gonna wait and let y'all answer. If you said yes, you're wrong. If you said no, you're also wrong. What happens instead is that plot armor saves the day as this dude is alive and he manages to flee the scene. Yeah, I don't even know. The car is speeding down a bridge and Thor has to escape the predicament that he's in. This is where we're showing him tied up with a zip tie along with his hands in front of him, which I don't think cops have ever done within the existence of, the police. If they have, please let me know down in the comment section below. He eventually breaks out of the zip tie because and jumps out the car. As he's running away, this random pedestrian notices him and calls the cops, meaning that once more the cops is gonna be on his trail. But oh no, Loki's minion overheard where he's heading. Thor, be safe. So he heads over to this warehouse and falls asleep in the bathroom. The next morning, we're introduced to the love interest, which is Freya. If you're wondering why it's not Jane Foster, well, it's because she's a Marvel-owned character and they needed to use someone from Norse mythology. Now, the thing is with Freya, well, I'ma just let y'all see it for yourself.
Dad, stop it. When are you gonna come down to visit?
Soon, I hope. You sure I wouldn't be cramping your style? Do the kids still say that? Cramp your style?
They sure don't. And you know you're getting old when you refer to anyone as the kid.
Look, I'm sure she's a lovely woman, and I'm fairly positive it's her acting, but why does her voice sound so annoying? Is it just me? Literally, she sounds like if Amy from Sonic and Bubbles from Powerpuff Girls had a kid. Also, cramping your style? Gramps, that sounds like more of an insult rather than some slang term. Yo, dog, that shirt you're wearing is cramping up right now. Yeah, my arm is cramping up too. Help me. Oh shit, you're doing the cramping arm too? Damn, yo, Gramps got the moves. Thanks, young laddie. Let's return to the movie. Freya finds blood in the bathroom, but oh no, it's Loki's minion behind her. Save yourself. Oh, wait, you're just gonna leave? Never mind. Basically, Loki found out that Thor is in that building, thus causing all of his minions to start grouping up like they're coming out of Doctor Strange's portal in Endgame. However, no one shows up and Thor has a 1v1 with the minions, to which he low-key swept him.
You win.
Nah, put Thor in the ring with Crawford and he'd easily win. Trust me, y'all.
Have you been hurt? Are you injured?
No! Please. Please don't hurt me.
I do not intend to harm you.
Gang, what do you mean? Your hand is on her throat. If this was a superhero we had in real life, then bro, we're cooked.
Thy mortal, art thou safe?
No, I'm not. Holy shit, Thor, what are you doing? I told you to save people, not hurt them.
Thy go of the Jords. I rescued this human. Shut up, mortal.
Oh, so that's what that flashback was for. Anyways, just put him down. He's turning blue.
Art thou not the color blue?
Thor, why would you... You know what? Never mind. I'm gonna just go back to recording.
Help me.
So anyways, Freya is terrified of Thor and discovers these people on the street, resulting in her stopping the car, running out of it, and screaming out for help. But oh no! These are Loki's minions! What shall she do? Well, Thor decides to protect her and she starts running. However, as Thor is fighting those minions, Freya notices her sister Beth, to which I feel like this should have been known to us. They try to make it seem like this is some sort of grand... I'm keeping that in. Anyways, they try to make it seem like this is some sort of grand reveal when it's literally my first time hearing about this relationship. Regardless, Freya doesn't notice the soulless black eyes piercing at her somehow. Beth then shoots at Thor and these cops pull up yet again. They shoot at Beth and all three get taken to the hospital. I swear, so much happens in this film that I feel like I'm trapped in a brain-rotted meme clip. Help me. We then see Thor's entire surgery of the doctors extracting the bullets from him, which I'm not gonna show because neither me or you needed to see that. Seriously, it was gross, man. Plus, I thought this was some knockoff superhero flick, not Grey's Anatomy. Regardless, Loki pulls up and mind controls the receptionist and starts raining terror. Whilst that happens, Thor wakes up from his surgery and Freya is staying with her sister. Freya walks out for a bit and runs into Loki. She then starts screaming, asking for help, even though she's just standing there. I didn't even know standing was a possibility during fight or flight. Huh, I guess you do learn something new every day. Thor conveniently shows up saving Freya. He then had a flashback and whoa, this dude is Loki? Never saw that coming! The two have a quick scuffle and Freya flees with her sister. Then this happens. Seriously, dude, how on earth did you think that flimsy tray was going to save you? That's like bringing a piece of paper to a gunfight. Thor gets lucky since he landed in front of Freya's car. I don't even want to know how they got this sound.
Ew.
The two then flee the scene. But oh no, Loki's minions pulled up. What are they gonna do now? Oh, wait, they just drive away? Never mind. Quick side tangent before we continue. Where is everybody in this town? We're halfway through this film and this town looks more deserted than Nuketown zombies. Seriously, I haven't seen one person walking down the street or driving. They add livelihood later in the film, but it doesn't work if it's not gonna be in the background. Anyway, I just want to point that out. From here, not much happens. Freya just buys some drinks and spare clothes for Thor. Afterwards, we get the typical scene we see in every love story.
I got us some food.
Wait, actually, I think I'm starting to understand it now.
What do you mean by that?
Freya's dad calls and asks what's going on because apparently she's a wanted criminal now.
What is going on?
I can't say, but it's okay. Everything is gonna be just fine.
Freya, come home. We can figure this out together.
I can't.
What? There's no one around you. Loki's not even around you. She's just worrying her poor father for no reason. I low-key feel bad for him. We then cut to the store clerk finding out that Freya is a wanted criminal, thus having him call the cops. However, they switch cars with this dude in order to hide their trail. Oh, and if you're confused why they're wanted criminals, it's because Loki mind controlled every cop in town. Forgot to mention that, but let's continue. The two are now driving on the highway in this totally not suspicious white van. Unsurprisingly, the engine malfunctions or something, causing them to stop. Freya goes to fix it, then another freaky scene happens. At this point, just get a room. But wait, oh no, a cop pulled over? What are they gonna do?
Is there a problem with your vehicle, ma'am?
No, she just overheated, that's all. It's okay.
Is she okay?
Yeah.
Firstly, why is she acting more suspicious than innocent? She has a girl knocked out in the back of her van, and she's clearly not trying to show her face. If I was the cop, I'd arrest her immediately. And speaking of the cop, what made him think that she's innocent? Don't worry, y'all. It only gets worse from here. As the cop tells her that she's forced to call a tow truck if her engine doesn't start, meaning that he's going to check on the engine. So then we have the most dramatic walk I have ever seen because Thor is hiding in front of the car. I couldn't stop laughing when I first saw this scene because all Thor needed to do was hide in the other side of the car. Was that such a hard thing to do, man? Bot Thor gotta be the worst hero imaginable. Wait, actually, he is, because the only person he's saved so far throughout this whole movie has been Freya. Following this, Loki discovers a picture of Freya's father. I don't get how he got here, but plot. So obviously, all of Loki's goons will start heading towards Thor and Freya. We then see Thor and Freya in a random motel.
There's a woman in room 12. She's unconscious and appears to be shot. Please send an ambulance.
Huh? What? Appears to be shot? Why did you take her at the hospital then? This whole time, I thought they already aided her. This movie, bro. Bear with me, y'all. I promise, we're almost done. Thor and Freya are now driving to who knows where. But uh-oh, they got caught on camera, resulting in the cops chasing them. We then get a quick scene of Thor saving them as he literally sacrifices this dude. And I just gotta say, when he eventually defeats Loki, isn't everyone just gonna return to their natural state? Because typically when the person doing the magic gets defeated, the magic gets lifted away. I'm starting to think there's no heroes in this film. Despite all this, the two still manage to get away. Loki then finds Freya's dad and captures him. The dreadful duo then run into Loki's minions, inspecting every car, trying to find them. This causes them to leave the premises and go on the run. This part reminds me of that one scene of Twice from My Hero, as we see a giant army of his goons looking for them. Eventually, they run into this parking lot to which they manage to escape from through someone's car. Why would someone leave their car open? 'Cause plot. Freya and Thor then stop at this abandoned shed to get some rest. But instead, they decide to do the
Naughty.
and call it a day. Mind you, by this point, we have yet to have an explanation on Loki's plan, and yet to see Thor in his costume. Marvel should really be afraid, cause bro, the producers of this film are really giving them a run for their money. Now it's the next morning, and Thor has this vision of where his hammer is. So they start heading towards there. But of course, Loki was spying on them and wasn't just conveniently there to advance the plot. They managed to enter this crevice in the ground, and there it is, Mjolnir. Thor then picks it up, lightning strikes, and he finally gets his suit. Look, for a low budget film, this design of the hammer and suit is honestly pretty fire. Let's get a round of applause for this film doing something right. Also, during this moment, Thor gets one last vision that reveals Loki's true plan, which is to pretty much take over the world. The most generic plan from any villain known to man. So why did they wait for the whole film to reveal that? It felt like they were trying to hype this shit harder than Gunn and the final episode of Peacemaker. Oh, and he also killed his father. That's also important, I guess.
6, 7.
Thor then flies out with Freya. Soon after, a bunch of minions pull up and we get a pretty cool fight scene. Until you realize that Thor is technically ending innocent lives. Chris Hemsworth, where are you when we needed you the most? While Thor is in battle, Freya runs away and notices her father. But no, her dad is controlled by Loki? I bet y'all didn't see that coming. Oh, you did? I'ma just continue the video then. Thor goes to save Freya from Timu Michael Rooker. Loki convinces him to drop his hammer, then stabs him. Don't know how he couldn't predict that, but I digress. He then bullies Thor back into the crevice. Loki then does whatever this is, but all you need to know is that he's controlling the world. Thor, you gotta get back up. You're the only one that can save the world. Stop Loki from spewing beams. You can free Freya and her dad. Come on, you spent this entire film being an NPC. Show us that you're more than that. Sorry, this hit me harder than Captain America picking up Thor's hammer in Endgame. So Thor takes Loki to this mountain range and we get the final battle. Who will win? Edgelord Loki or NPC Thor? Let's check it out. Damn, Thor might have this. Oh nah, Loki on 2. Thor, get up. Yeah, Thor, I believed in you. Regardless, Thor wins the fight, freeing everyone on Earth. He then decides to stay on Earth with Freya, and they live happily ever after. Thus closing out one of the most insane knockoff films I have ever seen. So yeah, this film was all over the place. I know that it technically came out in 2015, but the writing just felt like AI to me. And last time I checked, AI wasn't a prominent thing in 2015, which means that someone possibly went back in time to make sure this film was made. The fact that that possibility even exists in the first place tells me that it gotta be true. Jokes aside, one thing that was actually well done was the CGI. The part where Thor picks up his hammer back up was actually really cool, especially with the budget they had. Unfortunately, it seems like the CGI took up the entire budget because the acting and the writing was just out of this world. But yeah, that was Thor End of Days. More like Thor End of the Day because it put me to sleep. Yeah, I'm gonna just end the video right here. Be sure to follow all my socials linked down below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I heard if you subscribe, Thor will personally go to your house and save you. Don't worry, I'll make sure he won't choke you.
Sorry, go of the George. You said I would do what?
Can you let me finish my outro when I get to you? Sorry about that, y'all. Well, see you later. Bye.